Wesley, this is Ray. I'd like to thank you for just giving me a moment to review or just kind of take a look at your model. I really like a lot of the things that you have here, and there's just a couple quick pointers that I would just kind of things that I would do if I was working on the model. One of the things that kind of pointed out to me at first was kind of the ear. I'm not sure if this is more or less what you were shooting for, but as far as the style. But a lot of the time that I find that I find people kind of having the ear bowled out, trumpeting out of the side of the head. If that's the style that you're going for, that's fine. But a lot of time that I kind of feel that it's just kind of a misobservation. So just looking at the ear, I kind of just at a basic ear, I know that I have the the lobe here, and you kind of have like the helix come up and around, coming back into the to the tragus area. We probably don't need all of that stuff. More or less what I'll be doing is just kind of reducing a lot of the geometry that you have, and kind of making it more uniform. Generally, when I'm modeling, I like to have more square geometry, and I can see that you have some rectangles here. Cool. So I'm just going to kind of go over a few of the tools that I typically would use in working on a few of my models. Let's see. First, it's been a while since I really used Maya, so it hasn't been that long, but I generally prefer XSI. It's just my preference, but they have really basically the same tools. This is the Sculpt Geometry tool. I use Shift right mouse button click to enter it, and I just went to the option box here to open up the attribute editor on the side, and then I'm going to use the relax function. I use both the relax and smooth function a lot. The relax function is going to do its best to try to maintain your topology, maintain your volume. You can see that I'm smoothing this out here, and the edges are spreading out. They're becoming a little more even. Generally, this for me is kind of a sign that I had control over my geometry. Again, this is just all personal preference. You can go to various different places, and you'll have people, say, "Oh man, don't listen to that guy." Anyway, so here I'm just kind of smoothing out my geometry, making sure that that I have more even topology within my geometry. So that kind of fixed up a lot of the things that I was kind of looking at as far as your geometry goes. So now that a lot of this is even, we're going to take a look at a couple other things. We have kind of a bulky character, a big character here. Some of the things that I was noticing, that you have a lot of blocky areas to your geometry. This is a great opportunity to round out to have a lot of nice rounded forms. If we look here, you can see that we have a bunch of lines coming here. If we can kind of see this shadow here. Let's kind of select it. Let's see. I'm getting a little bad performance here. So here you can see that we have these kind of wide faces, but if we look from the top down, that we have this kind of line. This is kind of a theme throughout the piece. Something that I would just kind of fix again with the Sculpt Geometry tool. So I would just go in and just kind of Sculpt Geometry tool that. And the thing with the Sculpt Geometry tool, for me, I like to use it a lot, but you do lose a lot of your form. But for me, I do gain readability in the mesh. Sometimes I'm just looking at something and I'm not really sure what the heck I'm looking at. So I'll just go ahead and just sculpt it out, and it'll just make things a little easier for me to read. So for me, I like this a little bit better. I'm looking at it in all my views, and I can see that that I'm not getting really harsh lines like I was before. But if I look at it from the top down, I kind of have this wide cylinder here, or this kind of cube look, so it's flat in the back, and we kind of get some nice round in the front, but on the sides they're also flat. So some of the things that I'd probably do, again, this is just personal taste, I'd probably just well, that's interesting, trying to work out a haystack, I guess. Let's kind of delete that to get rid of these guys. Cool. So, well, I guess back to the ear real quick. Now that I kind of reduce or kind of smooth this out a little bit, one of the things that I'm going to do is just kind of reduce these lines. So one of the, another function that I like to just get rid of geometry in a certain area. To do so, I'll just select like an edge from here, and I'll select, let's say, this edge also using the shift command, and then I'll shift right mouse button click, and then go up to merge, collapse edge. This can create 2 tries here, and this will allow me, if I go ahead and kind of, I really haven't used the select tools in 2009. If you can kind of tell me how to select this ring using the shortcut, that'll be cool. But I'm going to go ahead and hit Control right mouse button click, and I'm going to go to Edge Ring Utilities, to Edge Ring and Collapse. Basically what that did, if I hit Control right click, it selects the edge ring and then just collapses it. I use this function a lot. I like it because it takes 2 edges, and normally I would just kind of blow one away, but what this allows me to do allows me to take the average distance between the 2 edges and just kind of make it 1 edge. So collapse. So I like that function a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and just reduce this down a bit, so it's going to give me a lot less geometry, so then it will make it a lot easier for me to kind of just soften out this this area here. So it's going to go ahead and collapse these guys, edge ring collapse, and then I'll probably just grab me my relax tool, and I'm doing the shift right mouse button click in object mode, and then B to kind of soften out, just make my brush a little smaller. With the relax command, just kind of smooth that out. And then the smooth command will just kind of smooth, and it really doesn't care about your shape or form. So with this, now that I have a little bit less geometry, I can go and probably manage this a little bit better. Let's see. I'm just going to go and just try to reduce this down a bit more. Select that one, and this one. So we'll select that, shift right click collapse, select this guy, control right click, to edge ring and collapse. Alright, so I definitely have a lot less geometry here, so now it should be a little easier for me to kind of just grab the soft mod tool or soft selection tool. Just go ahead and grab that, and then hit to just tap B, and then I can hold down B a little bit and just drag and just kind of make my radius smaller. Wait, come on. Almost there. Cool. So now I have this, I'm just going to go and just kind of just pull that in. And for a lot of my work, I try not to be too light with my movements, at least at first. I try to have a heavier hand. It just makes it a lot easier, because if I find myself going too light early on, it's just gonna take me forever. And then that's just something you just build up when you're a little comfortable with the project. Sometimes I find that I'm kind of hesitant